Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the first episode of What the Health? I am Aram and this has been a long time coming. Now this specific podcast is going to be aimed at debunking certain misinformation on social media, especially concerning your diet, concerning wellness, concerning things that we eat in our bodies. I am so excited about this. I have dietitians, I have people who have walked this journey. We're going to be talking to all of them as this podcast progresses. So I know that you and I are going to have a lot of fun. So all I need you to do is, of course, to share, to like, comment, and all of those things. We're going to get into this episode. I want to tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was this really lovely Australian lady. Her name, Belle Gibson. She was a health influencer, a wellness influencer. Unfortunately, she claimed to have had terminal cancer. But what she decided to do was to cure it by herself. She was tired of the chemotherapy, so she's going to cure this thing by herself. And she's going to do that using diet and alternative therapies. Now, this is according to a BBC report written by Laura Martin, and she was apparently diagnosed with malignant cancer, brain cancer. She was given up to 6 months to live, 4 months tops. So it was like a literal life or death situation for her. So her only alternative was diet and alternative therapies. Now, do you know what she decided to do? She was going to do this thing, and she actually did it. So she was going to heal herself with patience, with nutrition, and with love. And apparently it worked. Because according to the BBC report, she was able to get over 200,000 followers on Instagram. She was also able to release a nutrition and wellness app. Beautiful. A cookbook as well. She was dubbed the most inspiring woman you've met this year by Elle Australia. Elle Australia is a magazine, and that was in 2014. And Cosmopolitan, another magazine, also gave her the Fun Fearless Female Award. My girl was killing it. And oh, of course, I don't know if I mentioned, but the diet, it worked according to her. So she changed her diet, became healthier, and the cancer disappeared. Well, turns out everything was a lie. A huge lie, by the way. I know I'm being a bit dramatic about the whole thing, but it's actually very serious because she had over 200,000 people following her on Instagram, and they were following this journey of hers, which turned out to be a lie. Now, the person who diagnosed her, first of all, she did not even have cancer. Let me start with that. There was no brain cancer whatsoever. The alleged doctor was never found. So it is alleged, I guess, that she actually made the whole thing up, because investigations show that, according to the report, there was no doctor that gave her that diagnosis, And it's a very interesting thing because the app was actually a best-selling app, by the way. So she made money off of this. And fortunately, I haven't heard any stories of anyone that actually also stopped, chemotherapy because of what she was doing. But you must understand that over 200,000 people were exposed to the lie. She has an interview. The most beautiful interview. By the way, Tara Brown, 60 Minutes, Australia. She is a fantastic journalist. Our girl, Belle Gibson, is a pathological liar. So much so that she could not even tell us her age. It was that bad. In fact, let me play the video for you. Let's watch this video together. There's a longer video. Everyone should watch it.
You're 23, right? Well, actually, how old are you?
I've always been raised as being currently a 26-year-old.
How old are you?
Well, I live knowing, as I've always known, that I would be 26.
Okay, Belle, how old are you?
I believe that I'm 26.
And so what date was that, Belle?
I will be able to give you this information.
Belle, don't be naive now. I mean, you had 3 heart operations. You suffered 2 cardiac arrests. You died twice on the operating table. You had a stroke. And you were diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumour and given 4 months to live.
Correct. And it was really traumatising. I was feeling a huge amount of grief.
Grief for not having cancer.
Yes.
I just wonder, Belle, if, and I don't know if you're at a stage where you'll ever admit it, but I'm just wondering if you kind of were playing in a grown-up's world without realising it.
No.
That it was all going to end badly.
You are melodramatic.
That's not melodramatic, that's straight out lying.
It is.
Extraordinary lies. And would you accept that you're a pathological liar? This is a really, really simple question. How old are you?
I don't understand anything she said. She couldn't answer a simple question. How old are you? So that's the video. It's on YouTube. I will put the link below. You should watch it, especially if you are, you know, a lover of journalism. It's peak journalism. But that is the world we live in right now. We have people on social media, unfortunately, that are purporting certain dietary information that may not necessarily be the truth. Now, according to a study by Topham and Smith, 2025, they said that influencers like Belle Gibson, they are able to control the narrative online because they mix personal storytelling with pseudo-expert advice, creating very powerful but misleading messages. So they sound like they know what they're saying, but unfortunately, they really don't. People downloaded that app. It was a best-selling app. So like I mentioned, she had over 200,000 followers as well. But the fortunate thing is that I haven't personally read any stories I dug for stories. I haven't read any stories of anyone actually, you know, stopping, you know, chemotherapy. So I guess there's a win there. But who knows? There could be people out there we just don't know yet. Let me show you the current state of social media right now. Okay, let me play you a few videos.
To believe water is a scam. Water is a solvent, so it's dissolving your body. The fact that people say it's hydrating your cells is crap. It's not a carbohydrate, it's not a fat, it's not a protein. It's literally a solvent. If you put any type of material in water, it dissolves it. That's what it's doing to your body. And same thing with water weight. You're drinking all this water and bloating. There's actually no benefit to it. If you want to hydrate, you have fats, you have juices, you have something that your cells can actually utilize.
Wait till he finds out that juice is mostly water. He's getting blown away. Our bodies are made up of 70% water, but it's somehow the water is going to dissolve your whole entire body. Listen, I am starting a petition that we have to make podcast equipment harder to get. That should never, ever be on a podcast. I'm convinced this has to be just rage bait because that was possibly, and I have reviewed some dumb videos. Dumb. That was the dumbest one of all time. Water is a scam, so just eat fats and drink juice. The best thing about that is what I learned from that reel was that water is not a protein, it's not a carb, and it's not a fat. Therefore, it is a scam. You heard it here first. Stop drinking water. Let me know how it goes. Report back in 60 days. I bet you feel amazing if you're alive. Thank you.
Right? Juice is mostly water. But yeah, somebody's on a podcast saying that water is a scam and we should stop drinking water. And if we want to hydrate, we should drink juice. In fact, okay.
Here's how you make my super easy 2-ingredient, low-calorie, no bake, no refrigerate, no flour, no sugar, no gluten, no egg, no carb, no fat, no woman, no cry, no beans, no greens, no potatoes, no tomatoes, no lambs, no rams, no hogs, no dogs, no chicken, no turkeys, no rabbits, you name it! High-protein peanut butter banana oat bars. So first take 500 pounds of cottage cheese.
All right, so this is actually like a joke. I'm sure you understand. I don't have to explain the joke. But yeah, basically everyone is telling us that we shouldn't eat this. We shouldn't eat that. Stop eating fruits. eat fruit, stop eating vegetables, eat vegetables. And now there's this unfortunate thing that is going on social media that WHO calls an infodemic. There's just an influx of so many messages. It's almost as if social media has become like a nutrition class with no qualified teachers at all. And I'm not even being metaphorical, because how can someone be on a podcast, even though I'm on a podcast, saying we shouldn't drink water? That is great. Is great to see. Anyway, most of these people actually aren't registered dietitians. They have tons of views for ethical reasons. I am personally not putting any username there, but they do have tons of views. People are listening, and it sounds so inspiring. It's harmless inspiration, but it's doing a lot of harm, because believe it or not, there are people out there that will hear that and actually feel, okay, maybe I should stop drinking water and drink juice instead. There are people there like that. We are surrounded with a lot of false information on social media about our diet, about our wellness, and that is why I named this podcast like, what the health? You want to say something, but you have to say something. So, what the health? I love that. Anyway, I created this podcast to equip all of us to attempt and try to equip all of us with the necessary skills to be able to navigate the internet, because of the influx of so many messages. Some of them, it's a bit dangerous in my opinion, because some of them have some truth to it. The videos I played you did not. But some of them do have some truth to it. And that's where the confusion comes in. Because half truths, elements of truth. So it's like, which one do I pick and which one do I not pick? And that is why in the subsequent episodes, I will be talking to registered dietitians. They are going to be telling us how to be able to figure these things out, what to look out for when you're on social media, okay? We will zone in on specific topics as well, and then we'll be able to figure out this whole infodemic thing. Don't worry, Savior is here. Now, I did some studies, of course, and some researchers analyzed 84 videos from 59 YouTube creators. And according to the research, many of them lacked formal nutrition training. Well, go figure. And then they also said that they talked like experts. So in their language, they use scientific language like calories, gut health. So when you hear these things, it makes you feel like, oh, they know what they're talking about, but they're just motivational speakers, if you ask me. And when they're talking like that, it promotes, according to the study, unfortunately, it promotes restrictive diets. It confuses the viewers because of the elements of truth, like I mentioned, that is in it. Dietary misinformation, according to the study, has actually now become a public health issue. It's not something that we should take lightly now. There are vulnerable populations that will be susceptible to these things that are happening. WHO, like I also mentioned, they have warned that health misinformation could actually become a global threat. Now, this is not to make anybody scared. No, if anything, it should make us more alert, because there's a rise in social media. Everything has become digital now. Of course, there are advantages, but there are also disadvantages, and that's why we're doing this, okay? So I believe that if WHO has said that this health misinformation thing could become a global threat, it's something that we should actually take notice of. And there's an urgent need for digital literacy, especially in the area of nutrition, because there are too many things that are going on online. You know, we need to know how to verify our sources. We need to know, when you see something, you're scrolling and you see something, before you believe it, just pause. Look at it again. You know, that is what is going to help all of us. I did something. So I posted on my WhatsApp and then I posted, what is the most ridiculous thing you have done? It doesn't necessarily have to be ridiculous. Ooh. Anyway, what is the most ridiculous thing or the thing that you have done to promote your wellness, to become healthier, to lose weight? And then when you did it, you realize that it was actually not the truth. So I got about 2, I think, yeah. But I'm going to start with me. How many of us know apple cider vinegar? Yes, that's how it's said. So I saw somewhere online, it says that if you do that, you're going to lose weight, you know, you're going to get a flat tummy. Well, here we are, still on that journey. So I actually drank a whole bottle of that. I diluted it, by the way, for like a whole month. I stood on the scale and I had gained 4 more kilos. True story, because we're doing, you know, fact checking here. So I'm not here to tell you lies. I actually gained 4 more kilos. So that was great. I have Amanda telling me I did keto, the keto diet. I remember when that thing was so popular. I feel like it still is, but it was not as popular as it was back in the day. Yeah. I did keto and I gained all the weight back after a year. Yeah, that's what happens when we're on a restrictive diet, like the studies show. Anyway, someone says, my stomach and I have been at war for years. With lemon water on my side, I am still losing. Now, I personally don't have a problem with lemon water, but we will let our dietitians tell us that. But when it becomes the only way to be healthy and to lose weight and to have a flat stomach, that's where the problem is. So this is the element of truth thing I was talking about. There are some truths to some of the things that are out there. We just need to know what to pick, what to do, how to complement it, and all of that. So this is what the health is going to be about. We're going to be talking about all of these things. I'm not going to be doing the talking alone. This is just an introductory episode. But we're going to be talking to dietitians. We're going to be looking at how to look for information online. Like I said, we really need to be equipped digitally. We have to become literate online. Otherwise, there are too many things that we would take as truth and they're not truth. So when you're scrolling through social media, you're on a bed and you're bored and you have so much data you don't know what to do with yourself, or you've decided that you're going to go on a journey, you're going to become healthier, you're going to, this is the year that you lose weight. Bro, some of us have been on this journey for like a minute, okay. But you've decided that this is the year that you're going to eat more vegetables, but you want to know which vegetables, and then you see online about hormonal imbalance and PCOS and all of this information. First of all, I need you, before you believe anything, to pause. Okay? Pause and check the science behind it. We have Google, which can be a bit deceptive if you ask me, but we have a lot of studies, a lot of information, a lot of research out there. This body belongs to you. Finding the science behind the information that you find on social media is not too much work. You have only one. It's not like when this body expires. Forgive me for the dark language. It's not like you have another one waiting for you there. This is the only one you have. So you need to put a lot of importance when you have to take care of it. You don't just literally take anything and then take it as truth and move on. Okay, super important that we do that. So please, scroll, pause, check the science behind it. Like I mentioned earlier, I actually see dietary misinformation, health misinformation as one of the disadvantages of the rise in consumption of social media. The digital is not something that is going to go away, in my opinion, anytime soon. If anything, it's just going to evolve. So your literacy skills, especially your digital literacy skills, must also evolve with it. Okay, every day we are scrolling and we are seeing very confident voices. Oh my goodness, I came across, like I said, because of ethical issues, I don't want to put anybody's link there. I don't want anybody to go and be spreading any hate. But for, this podcast's sake, I had to go on a whole digging journey, and I saw people doing, there's a whole Instagram page just dedicated to juicing. The only thing that this girl drinks is juice. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. If you want to do it as part of your maybe breakfast or that's fine. But to be on a strict juicing diet, it's not sustainable at all. But there's a whole Instagram page dedicated to that. And she has curated her Instagram to look so great. It's actually very colorful. You can see the fruits and the vegetables. Yes, you can juice vegetables. And it looks so appealing, so colorful, so vibrant. All you want to do is to just do what she's doing. But these confident voices, you need to actually take everything with a grain of salt. You see, they are doing all of this in the name of health. Cut this out, do this. But not everything, as we have spoken about, it looks credible. Not everything that looks credible actually is credible. That's what I'm trying to say. The way we eat, the way we move, the way we think about our bodies, they should not be shaped by what we see on social media. They should not be shaped by the trends, by the filters, by the algorithm. Like I said, you can pick and choose and all of that. They should actually be guided, first of all, by science, by evidence. You need to know what you're consuming on social media, and also by compassion. My goodness, can you feel sorry for your body and not let it just take anything it wants to take, please? Compassion. And by what truly nourishes your body. Okay, diet culture, unfortunately, thrives in the noise of social media. There's nothing we can do about that. But having awareness of what is true and what is not true, can also thrive in the social media atmosphere as well. So every time you're on social media, and especially around your diet, because that's what this podcast is about, question the post, okay? Ask yourself, what is the science behind eating only this vegetable? Go online. You just do something. Love yourself enough. That's actually self-love. Love yourself enough and do that. When you do that, you actually reclaim a little bit of power from misinformation online, okay? Health isn't just a hashtag. It's not an accessory type thing, and wellness isn't a one size fit all. That is something that this podcast is also going to be zoning on, because what works for you may not necessarily work for the other person. So that cannot be truth. And that is why we have science to help us with that. When you choose curiosity, and not necessarily skepticism, but curiosity over clicks, you are protecting your health, and you are transforming how the truth travels online. So that is what the health is going to be about. I am very excited about it. I hope you enjoyed my story time. But this is also from a personal place as well, because I have taken some things on social media that were not necessarily the truth. And it prolonged the journey. It made the journey painful. It made the journey look very unachievable. But as I grew, I decided that I'm going to be a little bit a little bit more curious about the science behind everything that I watch online. Okay? So thank you all for listening. I'm going to be posting videos. Let's see. I don't want to say every week, but you just watch out for it during the week. That is why you must follow, first of all, this YouTube channel. You must also follow me on my social media, aram.podo. Okay? Anytime a video is going to go up, I'm going to let you know. Please, 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 this space is a very respectful space. Let's say you find something on social media, okay, and you know that it was not the right thing to do. It was wrong information, and you want to share with me. My DMs are always open. You can do that. However, we don't want to comment, and be tagging people, be insulting people, be making them feel bad. No, please. We're not doing that here. We're very respectful. We're very ethical here. So we're going to do all of that with a lot of grace. My name is Aram. This has been Scroll and Believe. Scroll and Believe is the first episode, just in case you do not know. And we're going to be doing all of that. So like I said, the DMs are open. You can just send me a DM. Let me know what you think. No. Leave what you think is in the comments. If you want to send me videos of really, really ridiculous things that you have seen on social media, please, my DMs are open. And like I also mentioned, please like, please subscribe, and make sure that you are doing the listening. This has been What the Health, and I'll catch you all on the next episode. Have a good one. Mwah. Bye.